What's going on, rockers? I am on my way to do another backstage ambush, and tonight I'm going to Jurgle's Rhythm Grill, #1 spot north of the city for live music, food, drink, whole 9 yards. Really cool spot. I've been there so many times I couldn't even tell you how many. So many big bands, national touring bands have gone through there. It's just an awesome place. And tonight they have a local band playing. And I feel like they've been doing that a little more often. On weeknights when they don't have a national band in town, they find a local band to come and play a couple hours of music. And it's good exposure for the band and a good experience. And I think that's really good for the local music scene to be able to play a place like that. I think it's really cool. Some friends of mine a couple months back played there on a Tuesday night, the Mixtapes from Mars, and I know they had a good time. And I was there. I got to watch my friends do cool stuff, and so it was really really good experience. And like I said, I think it's a good thing for the music scene. And so tonight I'm going to meet the Honky Tonk Heroes, and they are a Southern rock and outlaw country band. And that's right up my alley, and I'm excited to see what they're doing and introduce them to you guys. So let's go.
I'm drowning in the Whiskey River, with my mind's memory in the wetness of her soul. Feeling the amber current flowing through my mind, to a warm and lonely heart you left so cold. Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let memory torture me. Whiskey River, don't run dry. Run like I take care of me. Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let memory torture me. Whiskey River, don't run dry.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is the Backstage Ambush, and I am here with the Honky Tonk Heroes, or at least four of how many?
Most of us.
4 or 5. Okay, so go ahead and introduce yourselves down around here.
I'm Tony Lang. I'm the lead guitar player.
Tony Barge, I'm the singer and acoustic guitar player.
Yep.
Scooter White, harmonica player.
Nice.
Stefan Rodriguez, drummer.
Nice. So you just come with your harmonicas in your pocket. That's it.
I got a whole case of them.
You got a whole case of them. Nice. Because I know very little about harmonicas, but they're in keys, right? Like,
Different keys, yeah.
yeah. Okay. What got you into harmonica playing?
I taught myself.
Nice.
I found my first harmonica during a spring cleanup over in Ohio when I was 12 years old.
Right.
I taught myself. I actually found a chromatic harmonica with the button. And I taught myself how to play. But for these shows, I use a little 10-hole diatonic. So,
Wow.
yeah. There's a lot more to them than most people.
Yeah, I mean, you see little kids playing with them, but it's it's
I've
just
been
like anything
playing
else. They make a kid's toy of a guitar or drum set or whatever, and
I've been
kids are
playing
wanting.
for over 55 years now. So.
Wow, good for
I
you.
once played with Bo Diddley.
Nice.
Yep, it was a fine time.
Good. Yeah.
Leave me, Lucille.
No, you're thinking about B.B. King.
Yeah. So, Honky Tonk Heroes, I understand you guys have been around for about 4 years now, right?
Yeah, this month is 4 years.
And what got all of you guys together to do this?
Well, Ron, who's not here, Rock and Ron, Tony, and Scooter had a band.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked at the post office with Ron, and he drugged me out, and then he, just to be nice, and he's like, oh, you could actually play guitar. Why don't you join my band? And I said, well, I have a friend that's a drummer. Let's give him a try. And then I brought Stefan along, and as they say, the rest is history. We've been together 4 years. We haven't completely killed each other yet.
Right, yeah.
We have never canceled a job, and we work good as a team. Everybody has their role, and we work good together.
We're trying to bring back the old country,
Yeah.
traditional country, and at the same time a little bit of Southern rock and blues. At the same
I mean, there's so many people out there that, there's a genre for everybody,
Right.
and there's everybody for a genre, right?
Sure.
So, That's, you know, there's
We
people
all-
out there that want to hear that.
We all enjoy what we do. That's what
Yes,
makes it
yes,
fun.
we do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Well, that's the thing about our band, though, is if you don't like country, but you like rock, eventually you'll like the country because we do it a little
Right.
fun way. And people that don't like rock, they start.
Yeah,
We cross over very well.
yeah.
Not for everybody, but I'd say
We try.
99% of people end up enjoying something from us.
Oh,
Yeah, I have been a hard rock and metal guy for my entire life, but there is a soft spot in my heart for like older traditional country music because that's what my parents listened to. I remember as a kid, we're coming back from going to my grandparents' house or coming back from it, and we would listen to, it was like a Sunday night thing on the radio. It was America's Country Countdown. I remember that guy's voice. I remember the jingle. I remember the songs that were played. And, as an adult, I heard that one night, and I was just like, oh, it just took me so far
Good
back.
memories.
Yeah, yeah.
I got my start in country when I was learning to play drums and everything. I used to go to this one bar that was basically a country bar, and they would get me up there and stuff like that. And eventually they hired me, and I started playing 4 nights a week and stuff.
Nice.
And I really like rock and hard rock
Yeah.
and everything. And I love 80s and new wave. But I ended up playing country and rock for a long time in
Yeah.
bars.
Well, the funny thing is when I met Stefan, we were playing blues.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's how I met him. My one friend said, "You got to come down and do the blues jam," and here we are. That was probably 5-6 years ago.
Yep.
Right.
We've been having a lot of fun though.
Well, the best ones I heard was when you broke away from the blues a little bit, and came and played with us. Your buddies all ask you, what are you doing playing with a country band? And you told them, I like to play where there's people.
We bring people.
Stefan's a multi-talented though. He plays guitar. He's an excellent bass player. He can, but you'll see his drumming styles probably. I'm not saying there's nobody else that plays like Stefan, but there ain't nobody in Pittsburgh that plays like him.
Good, good. I can't wait to see this.
He keeps pretty good rhythm.
If he didn't, he wouldn't be here.
That's it.
I've said this before that there's a lot of bad playing that you can hide, but you cannot hide a bad drummer.
No.
Bad
You
drummer
can't.
can
I mean, I've been the bad drummer, so I know.
Well, the funniest thing is that locking with my bass player, which is
Yep.
the hardest thing to do,
Yep.
became so natural with our bass player, Rock and Ron.
Yeah.
And it's amazing
Yep.
that happens because we are two opposite polar people.
Yeah. I've been there.
And
Yeah.
I'm definitely South Pole, he's definitely North Pole.
Right. Yeah.
But we lock. And
That's
when
awesome.
We lock, these guys have all the room in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, to me, that's about the biggest fun I have.
Right.
It's just locking that groove in and kicking it out. And it doesn't matter what the genre is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing because with him and Ron so tight together, it gives me the chance to just have fun and experiment, and I don't have to worry. I know where they're going to be, and these guys too. But
Right.
drum and bass, percussion, that's huge.
Yep. So let's go down the line here. I want to know, what was the thing that got you playing your instrument, like that made you commit to it and just say, this is my thing for the rest of my life?
Well, that's a tough question, and I'll keep it short. The first thing was my dad made me play guitar,
Okay.
and I did not want to. But him and my mom, that's what they did for a living when I was a kid. They were,
Oh, wow.
they were musicians. And
Yeah.
the second thing is when I got to 8th grade in junior high school, I was actually a really good guitar player, but I just had no interest in it. And then I found these kids playing Black Sabbath and AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and Leonard Skinner. And I didn't know anything what they were doing, but within 3 or 4 days, I was better than all of them. And I was like, oh, I actually like this. And
That's
this
cool.
wasn't in the right place. And then 40 something years, 50 years later, I circle back and now I'm singing with the best country singer in the land. And I say that not as a compliment, it's a fact.
Nice, nice. All right, Tony.
Well, I was country when country wasn't cool.
There you go.
I
Put that on a T-shirt.
I was listening to George Jones and Hank Williams Sr.
Yeah, oh yeah.
all them Opry stars and things. My mother and dad had a band, and As a little boy, I used to get up and sing with them a little bit. You know, I was a big Buck Owens fan when I was a young
Oh
boy.
yeah, that guy could play. Oh my goodness.
And when this band came together, you know, pre-COVID, it was getting really hard to sell straight up country music with a fiddle and steel guitar like I was doing. And 20 years ago, you couldn't have had a band that played Leonard Skinner and Conway Twitty,
Right.
you know, and it was one or the other, you know.
Yeah.
But after COVID, people were more conducive to that, and we put this band together, and popularity grew pretty quick, you know, and I think that's one of the reasons why is the big mixture of music.
Right. Right. Cool.
I kind of have the same answer as Tony did. My father was also a musician, so he's gone now, but he lived till he was 98 years old.
Wow.
He played banjo and mandolin. He played the old tenor banjo. He didn't play the, and I enjoyed playing along with him as well. So
That's good.
that's pretty much my story.
I started off at, you said you started at 14, 15?
Yeah.
15 as a roadie.
Oh wow.
And then I got into the Roadies Union. By the time I was 17, I lied about my age. So I knew how to carry amplifiers. So then I learned how to put together drums. So I was doing actually big shows. So I met all my idols. I met Journey, I met AC/DC and all that.
Yeah.
And so I really got into that whole production thing about it. And one of the things that got me really interested in drums was I got to sit behind the curtain behind Steve Smith while I was playing for Journey. And Steve Smith is my all idol. And I finally got to meet him last year.
Wow.
And he didn't remember me, but I remembered him because I've seen him so many times.
Yeah.
But that's how I got into drums. So I basically bought a snare drum at a pawn shop and just started teaching myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And eventually I got a drum set and stuff. So I kept going and I went on, and probably after about 15, 20 years of playing drums, I went to bass. And now I got like almost 25, 30 years on bass. Just a natural progression going because turns out there's a lot of drummers. Yeah, and then recently, about 6 years ago, for 10 years, I ran my own music school.
Oh,
So I
wow.
was teaching people drums, bass, guitar, piano, vocals, and things like that.
Nice.
So, and then, and I ended up with these guys because of Tony Lang. And I remember the first night I got to play with Tony Barge here. And he started doing the old country tunes, and he looked at me and he's like, "You know that song?" I was like, "Yeah." "You know this song?" And Tony knows literally over 5,000 songs.
Wow.
Easy.
Walking catalog. The walking catalog.
So you're taking requests tonight? Is that what I hear?
That happens.
Yeah, just like the other night.
Yeah, with them two requests, we had two requests the other night.
Yeah, get out and stay out.
And we didn't do it.
Nice.
Stick around.
You know, the thing about our band is we do have a very, very loyal following, and we have pockets in different neighborhoods. But
Right.
I always tell people sometimes I wonder if they've become a family to us and to each other. And sometimes I wonder if they're there to see us or to see all their friends.
Yeah, to see each other, right.
Because
They are
we
more
have
than
such a
fans,
really,
they're friends.
really nice bunch of, I don't call them fans, they're friends, they're
Yeah, they are,
family.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're just the kindest, nicest folks that I could imagine. And
Yeah.
And we have
And it sounds to me
we're
like,
very loyal.
yeah, it sounds to me like you've made that leap that, you know, every band starting out, you know, you're inviting your friends and your family to show up, and you're hoping that other people will come along for the ride and become friends and family as well. But it takes a lot to do that, to get them to like, oh, Honky Tonk Heroes are playing at Jurgles tonight. I got to be there. You know, that
It's a
kind of
nice
thing.
feeling too when they
Yeah.
support us like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're more than fans. They are.
Yeah,
friends.
you see them if you're playing up in Erie, then you see them down here. You're like, whoa, this is crazy.
We have ones that actually will follow us just about anywhere.
That's awesome.
But the nice thing is, you know, people see us having fun. We're not serious. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody will make a mistake here and there.
Yeah.
We all cover for each other. We laugh about it or something, but nobody has an ego that's going to, you know.
Right.
We're human, and we just have a good time, and it shows.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So
3,000 followers in less than 2.5 years.
And they play us on the radio, and we get a lot of publicity in the local newspapers.
Oh yeah, give a plug for the radio. They
Yeah.
have an app that you can download.
Yeah, St. Barnabas Network, or radio network, but it's they play us on 95.7 in Beaver.
oh yeah.
And Beaver County Times, Elwood City Ledger has done write-ups on all of us individually and as a band.
Newcastle News.
Yeah, Newcastle. I mean, it's just
Louise Carroll, our good friend and reporter for many years, journalist.
Yeah, that's awesome. But thank you guys for your time, and I can't wait to get out there and see you guys play.
Oh yeah, we'll
And,
do that this time.
Thank you.
Yep.
We got a show to do here.
Yes. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Later. Bye.
Rockers, I don't care how tired I am tomorrow morning. This was totally worth it. Going out on a school night to see the Honky Tonk Heroes is totally, totally worth it. I don't know if you noticed this in some of the videos that I put up here, but did you see Tony's hands? I shook his hands. He's got big meat hooks, and somehow he's ripping up and down that guitar neck like it's nothing. I don't know how he did it. It's incredible. He's just a machine, man. And in all those guys, like the talent they have, and I'm not talking out of school here. Like they are not young men. I mean, they were talking. I think it was Rock and Ronnie talking about he's about to retire from the post office, and I'm like, what? That's incredible that he's still working. Number one, and number two, he's got all the energy to get up there and do this. If you want to throw shade on the fact that a couple of those guys are sitting down while they're playing, I'm sorry, but I know some people, and maybe you're one of them, because I know I'm one of them, that wouldn't have the energy to get up there and do that. They said they do this 160 or 180 some nights a year. That's a lot of gigs, bro. At their age, to be still going out there, I don't care sitting down, standing up. Doesn't matter. That's incredible. So they got a big following. They got massive talent, an incredible song list. And yeah, man, they're just crushing it. And I hope when I get to be their age that I got some kind of gig like that too, because that would be a hell of a lot of fun to do at that age, at that time of your life, right? And on top of that, all that, hanging out with them, meeting wives and family, friends, and just hanging out with them and getting to talk with them and all that. On top of all that, I got a CD. Look at that. Honky Tonk Heroes. It's got some songs in there, obviously. I think this song, Chicken Shit, I think it's theirs. If I'm not mistaken, that's the song. It's about somebody breaking up with somebody over Facebook, Facebook Messenger, which I was like, these guys know that at their ages. They get that. Yeah, I thought it was a funny song. It was really good. And on top of that, I also got where's it? Where's the front? There it is. I got a shirt. They gave me a shirt. I wasn't in this for the merch, but I guess that's just an added perk, and very much appreciated. Honky Tonk Heroes right there. See that? Maybe a little better shot in the light there. Yeah. So I guess that comes with the territory now. Whatever. It's only the second gig, and for me at least, And here, getting merch. So much appreciated, fellas. Thank you so much. I know a couple of those guys have served, so hats off to you guys. Thank you for your service to our country, and you have earned my respect in countless ways. And keep doing what you're doing. Um, it's incredible. I'm just so thankful that I got to do this tonight. And yeah, so rockers, I am going to bed. So later.